All right, we're back in the shower.
Yes.
Yeah. This time I made sure the lens was clean. I had to think about what I wanted to say next. Because although we haven't seen comments on the previous video because it doesn't release till later this evening. Yeah, it's a trick.
We're that far ahead.
It's a trick, folks. I know that we got comments about the hazy look on the first two clips, even though I explained what had happened. But anyway, so here we are. If you'll recall in the last video, we had all the planks up. Let me step back here and get a better shot. We had all the planks up and everything, and we had put on 3 coats of polyacrylic on the planks, and then we put on some more this morning.
2 more today.
2 more today.
Total of 5 so far.
We have a total of 5. Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
And we do intend on putting more on.
Yeah, at least 1 more after you get that done, and then I can.
Right. So we will be putting on some more, but what I did, and they're not there now because I had to remove them, but in this corner I went ahead and just screwed on a couple of temporary boards to cover that corner, and we're going to be doing that, of course, in PVC boards in the next couple days. But I just screwed on a couple of scrap boards to cover that corner, and we've actually been using the shower, haven't we?
Well, yeah, we got a shower.
Well, we got, yeah. By now we start smelling kind of rough.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to be around each other if we hadn't showered.
So we went ahead and used it, and what's really cool is the water just beat it right up off of it, and that was with 3 coats. Now we have 2 more, and we're still going to put on at least 1 more after I get the valance finished here. And that's what I wanted to show you next, is how we are doing the valance, because we talked about that. Now, if you'll notice right here, I've got a 1 before, and what I did, I spread some Lexel along the back of it, and slapped it into place there, and then, of course, coming on around the corner here, went ahead and put that up there and shot it on with 1.5 long by 1/4 inch staples. By the way, that's what we also did on the planks, and we didn't talk about that in the previous video. But not only are these planks glued to those stringers that are running crosswise, we're also and glued it at the joints where the tongue and groove come together. Not only that, but we also use staples, and everywhere where there's a stringer, we shot it on with staples. Yeah, staples are kind of ugly. Probably should have done it with brads, but I just like the holding power of the staples better, and as far as I'm concerned, it gives it kind of that semi-rustic look, so I'm not overly concerned about it. And Deb didn't seem to be overly concerned, so I'm not in trouble for doing that. Am I in trouble, dear? Am I in trouble?
No, I understand why we would use staples. This is probably the bounciest part of the trailer back here when we're going down the road.
Exactly. The bathroom, of course, and where the shower is the rear end of the trailer, and that is, as Deb said, it's the roughest riding area.
So I'd a lot rather have staples and kind of ignore that they're there,
right?
Than come in here after we've traveled and have all the wood in the floor.
Right, exactly.
That wouldn't make my day.
No. So back to the valance, how we're doing this. What we did now, we put this 1 before here, and it's shot on pretty good with staples all the way around. And this little piece you see here, now the 1 befores are 3/4 of an inch thick, so they stick out 3/4 of an inch from the wall. This piece here, I cut it to 1.5 inches wide underneath. It's 1.5 inches wide under here. So that'll leave, a 3/4 inch reveal here on top. And this is PVC board. We got it at Lowe's. This is 9/16 of an inch thick, just a little over a 1/2 inch thick. And we got a 4 inch wide piece. Actually, it's 3.5. And then I ripped down the piece that I needed for this because I got other places to use the other piece that's left. And then, of course, I had to cut my miter here. And these are just laying up here right now. I still want to put some Lexel on them where they'll stick to the 1 before above. And then I am going to shoot them with brads just right underneath here. But the neat thing about this PVC board, it's impervious to moisture. Don't have to worry about it. And we don't even have to paint it, do we, dear?
It doesn't look like it.
No, and all of our other trim is going to work good with it. So there you go. we're covered, aren't we?
I call that a win-win.
Yeah, win-win. It's a win-win. Anyway, so what we're going to do next, and there's nothing fancy about that. I'm going to pull these boards back down. I've got them cut fairly tight, which I'm anal about stuff like that. Got them cut fairly tight. I'm going to pull them back down, put a little Lexel on them. I'll stick a little bit of Lexel in this inside corner here, just a small bead, because a little bit goes a long ways. And we're going to slap this back up. And some of you are going to come in and say, hey, did you know that you can glue these pieces together with regular PVC cement like you use on PVC pipe? I experimented with that on some scraps. I couldn't make it work. So anyway, I know Lexel will stick most anything.
We've used a lot of
Plus it's a watertight seal.
And it's a watertight
right.
seal.
So once we get these up, and then what we're going to be doing is cutting panels to fit this area here, all the way around here. And then these panels will be screwed into these 1x4s here, where I can turn around and remove these panels if I need to. And we will have a light mounted right up here. And it'll be mounted fairly high, of course, because it's got to clear this 1x4, you know, in the panel. But we will have a light mounted up here. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. All right, we'll be back in a little bit, show you the end result. Okay, I'm wearing my headband mount. First off, back to this. This is where we have the 1x4 here, you know, and we have the PVC underneath here, and there's a 3/4 inch reveal here on top. And I've now cut the panels, and we've already put a couple of coats of paint on them, and we're going to show you how they go. Deb, if you'll hand me this first one here, we'll talk about it. Now, this one, of course, goes right up here, and I've already pre-drilled my screw holes where I'm going to screw it to the 1x4. And these holes that you see right here are for 2-inch vent hole caps. Do we have one of those caps in here?
Yeah.
Dear, let's show them what that looks like. All right, here's the cap right here, 2-inch cap, and it just fits right in these holes. And we thought maybe that would be a good idea to put those in. Actually, they're going to serve a twofold purpose. As you know, I'm kind of anal, and I cut stuff so that it fits tight.
Yes.
I've been known to recut boards several times until I get it like I want it, right?
Yes, sir.
And this particular panel right here was a little difficult because it tapers down. It's wider here than it is here. So I had to do some fancy scribing on it. But let's see how it goes up here. Yeah, it's a little tight, but it fits right in the hole. Just like that. Now I put this little block here because this next panel will be going up here, and we'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. But I put that little block up there and secured it to this panel so that when I lay this panel up here, it will, you know, have something that I can screw to right here. And then that should tighten up that corner. So let's get the other panel here. And this panel here, again, we have a 2-inch vent hole here and a 2-inch vent hole here. And I can't remember if I finished my statement a moment ago as to why we put those vents in there, because it was a twofold purpose, but I will repeat myself. I will say it again at the risk of repeating myself. We put them in there, you know, so we'll have some circulation back in here. But we also put them in there if this, because these are fairly tight, and if I needed to get them out and it was kind of hard to get them started prying them out, we can pop one of these vent caps off, and then that'll give us a finger hole here to grab a hold of. Now, this hole is where the light is going to mount, and I've already got my wire pre-run, so we're going to go ahead and this is the first time I've done, you know, put it together, folks. Let me start up here. I had to rethink how I did this, but this has got the wire through there. Looky there. Look at that. Now, of course, the caps will fit here, but we're going to wait and install them after we put another coat of paint on this, and then Deb's going to polyacrylic it as well. Is that right?
That is
okay.
correct.
And then of course I've got my wire hanging here for my light. I've already pre-ran the wire. I still have yet to hook it up, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. We'll show that to you here in a minute. But I'm tying on to another light here, and I'll show you how those Wago connectors work, because I just love them things. But right now, while we're at this point, let's go ahead and screw these on, okay? Dun, dun, dun. I always cringe when I hear somebody slip their bit on the screw, and lo and behold, I just did it. So there, I'm a bad boy, right?
Right.
Am I a bad boy?
You're just pick-ickety.
Pick-ickety. Oh, shoot. We apologize for the noise outside. The property owners are running their wood splitter, but I have to say it's made for some really, really nice campfires at night,
right.
haven't it? Hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you. I don't know. You think those panels will stay there, dear?
Honey, you're building my tornado shelter.
I'm building a tornado shelter. Okay. Is that what it is?
We all know where to go in case of a tornado.
By the way, these screws are lath screws. You know, I'm going to assume, I never really paid a lot of attention, but I'm going to assume that they're stainless steel. Or at least coated with something, you know, to help them withstand moisture. We'll see how they perform over time. We can always replace them if we need to. Can't we, dear?
Yep.
Oh, boy. Three more screws and we'll have, whoops. Ever since I had that infection in my spine, it's affected how my fingers work sometimes. Okay. Now, put one more screw right up there where the block is. I hope I didn't move too fast just then.
You probably did.
Uh-oh. Probably moved too fast. All right. Those panels are secure. Nice and tight. Now we are planning on, we got some trim that we are going to put along here, stick it with Lexel that we'll put along here all the way around, and you know, to hide that corner there. Alrighty, so now we're gonna hook up the light. Be right back. All right, these are these Wago connectors that I just love, and the ones that I use are the ones that'll go all the way from number 10 down to, I believe, number 20. And so that makes it nice, because all I had left in wire, I didn't need wire this heavy, but all I had left was some number 10, so that's what we ended up using. So, you know, all I had to do was skin the wires, push them in the hole here, and shut the little door, and then they, you know, they go ahead and hook. Now we're going to go ahead and hook up the light, and I don't have it hooked up to the main power yet, so we don't have to worry about, you know, blowing a fuse or anything, but I'll show you how we're going to do that in a minute. Now, the way I've been doing it, and I'm not sure if this is right or not, these are not marked positive or negative, but all the ones that I've been doing, if you can see there, you can see where this wire's coming in right to the center of the switch. And I'm going to assume that that's the positive coming in. I may be wrong. All of the lights have been working, so at least I'll have them all hooked up the same way. So all you got to do when you get the wire skinned, just take it and you can go, you know, a wide variety of sizes of wire, and then you hook that down, tug on it, make sure that it's there, and it is. And now we're going to assume this is the negative, but like I say, all the other lights have been hooked up exactly the same way, so we're, you know, even if I'm wrong, at least they're, you know, and I don't know that it would make that much difference since these are DC lights, but hey. All right, let me hold that like that and get that to slide in there like that, and shut the door, and there, that is hooked up, and it's pretty tight. I'm gonna, do we have some blue tape handy, babe? Cut me a little piece of blue tape if you don't mind, or rip some off. And just momentarily here, until I get ready to button this up, we're going to just kind of tape it where the wires won't be under a strain. If I can. Let's see if we can make that work. Just anything to keep it from having a strain on it. Let's see if that'll hang. Yeah, that'll be all right for a moment, like that. Okay, now we're going to go and hook up the other end. Be right back. All right, now I'm up here. The other light is right here. This is where I'm tying into, and I knew that I was going to be carrying the power on to another light eventually. So on this end, I hooked what I like to affectionately call threesies. And you know, there's three. You got your main power coming in, which you see the red and the black wire here, and then of course the lights hooked up to the middle terminal on each one of these wagos. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up these two outside ones right here, just like that, and then we'll go ahead and hook these up. And here again, all we have to do with these Wago connectors, slide them into the hole, and see it, I didn't grab it good, so I got to do it again here. Try this again. Slide it into the hole, on in there. Yeah, that grabbed it good. And now, let's get this out of the way here like this. Oh! Evidently I had the, whoops, didn't have it in there deep enough. Let me get there. Well, as Derek would say, well, for crying in the mud. Derek on Vice Grip Garage, one of my favorite YouTube channels. Let's get this. And we'll do this again. There. Now it's in there. Now, look at there. The light works. Isn't that cool? Now I'm going to be cutting a new panel that goes on this top shelf, but this is how these shelves are made so that we can, you know, stack our red storage bins on top. And and then, you know, we got these holes drilled through these cross members here so we can run wires from one light to the next. This is the only part that I wish I could do a little cleaner, but I will be making a panel that goes here and goes up to the ceiling, and it will come over and cover that. I'll have to notch the panel, you know, to fit around this and of course over there. But now we're all hooked up, and these Wagos are just wonderful. We used them all throughout the trailer, both on AC circuits and DC circuits. There are plenty of YouTube videos out there about these Wago connectors. I personally love them. So now what we're going to do, did you notice the lights working?
I saw it.
Yeah. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mount this light, and we'll be back in a minute and show you the finished product on this. Be right back. Yeah, but, well, we'll talk about that later.
Okay, that's fine.
You don't want to talk about it now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Talk about it now.
Okay. Somebody's going to notice you're wearing the same shirt.
Same shirt. This is my painting shirt.
Yeah.
When I get my other clothes, I'll paint all over them.
Yeah. So, you know, she just wears it long enough to get her painting done, and then that's it, right? Okay. There. We explained that.
There. Problem solved.
Anyway, all right. This is where we are so far on the bathroom. We're moving along, and still got to put the vent caps in up there, of course, but we're going to wait until Deb, you know, goes ahead and puts another coat of paint on it and goes ahead and does her polyacrylic on it up there. Now these boards you see here are temporary boards just to seal that corner off. The next thing we're going to be doing is we bought the PVC trim for that today. So we'll be trimming out the corners, be trimming out that corner, of course, and this corner here, over here, and that corner. And then we got something figured out that we're going to be doing here. But anyway, now we can I can see to shave in here. Or we can both see in the shower. Look at that.
Woo!
Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah.
I just want to show you that in a 4-foot space, 4 by 8, which is what, 32 square feet, we have 3 lights.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, this bathroom is 4 foot deep by 8 feet wide. And you're right, I never thought about that.
But we want to see.
Yeah, we got a light there. We got a light there. Got a light there. And got a light right over there.
That one. That's 5.
Well, yeah. But you know, I
No,
always...
4.
Okay, 4. You know, I always said that when we built the red trailer,
we didn't put enough lights
we didn't put enough lights in it. And I always said that when the next trailer, it's going to have a lot of lights. You know,
and we have several.
So anyway, I think we're going to wrap this video up right here.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the next video will be about the trimming out and all that stuff, and you know, putting the fine-tuned touches on it and stuff like that there. But are you pleased with how it's working out so far?
Oh yes, I'm very pleased.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's coming along quite nicely.
I'll be glad when that's done, because I'm tired of tearing all this up to fit and put it back together overnight.
But we're getting there, slowly but surely. And yes, we have been using the shower in between. We've just been a little careful. And, well, Deb's been more careful than me. We don't want to talk about that, do we?
No.
But anyway, folks, we really appreciate you coming along, and we appreciate all the positive comments about the shower. I really figured we'd get a lot of negative comments about how we're doing the shower. But anyway, we're pleased with how it's coming along. I mean, just look at that. Look how shiny that is. I love that sheen that's on those cedar planks. And when we get it all trimmed out with the white trim there in the corners here, and get our caps in up there, and go ahead and put the polyacrylic along that up there, and get it all trimmed out with the trim up there, that's going to be the coolest part of the whole trailer.
Well, right? We'll have to remedy that, because how many visitors will come back here and stare at our shower?
I know. So anyway, but we're going to let you go for now, folks, and we will, the next video, we'll pick up on the trim and the fine tuning here and there, and let you know how it went, and show you the finished product then, right?
Sounds like a plan.
But for now, this is Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures, and you know exactly what we're going to say. We are not camping.
We're living.
Y'all get out there and do some living, and we will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.